Dear Majesty, Her Royal Highness, dear colleagues, I just want to continue with the last words that Britta has brought to us about the different positions, the different emotions that are in the room. And I feel equally somehow in between. So there is so much of challenges, and there is so much of risk, and there is so much of opportunity. And that reminds me, I have a déjà vu. Don't know what the brain psychologist would say here. I have a déjà vu because in 2017, when we were organizing an international conference on child dignity in the digital world, I had the very same feeling. And it was a larger crowd, but the same composition, people from all ways of life, disciplines, and convictions. And unfortunately, the feeling is not very different from then. So when we look at the present, we are now moving into the section that has to deal with ethics. And people could ask, why do we talk about ethics only now, towards the end of this? I think throughout our conversations from the very beginning, we were talking about the things that matter for ethics: moral values, responsibility, accountability, willingness, and the will. Ethical considerations: by whom, for whom, with whom, in what sector. And I think this morning we have heard even more clearly in the interventions that portrayed different attitudes, that we are up to something very important for humanity. Now, we are spread out already a lot, and over the next 35 minutes precisely, we will need to engage in other types of conversations that have not yet been in the picture. For example, when we listen to a regulator and a national government official. Of course, we will also listen to our research colleagues and youth. But the question is, how do we, as a community, as human beings, really own the issue? And I am delighted to now call on the different panelists. And I would mention that we have included one more person, Kerstin Klaus, who is, as I will explain, independent commissioner of the German government on these questions, precisely because that voice needs to be heard too. So the first person who will present from a research perspective what protect, provide, and participation means, and what children first in the AI era should mean for all of us, is Professor Virginia Dignum, who is a professor of responsible artificial intelligence at Umea University and the director of the AI Policy Lab and a member of the United Nations High-Level Advisory Board body on this. The floor is yours.